becomes eventually what? The culture of an organization. So that people will say, in that place, they behave like they are very caring, or don't mind those people. Don't mind those people, the way they treat you. It's you. And because there are touch points at every level. When you are doing that, it's not just about who is at the customer, what do you call it? Front desk. Customer care services goes beyond, from the gate to front desk, to every touch point where you have contact with the customer. It matters how you are treating them, whether you are a marketer, how you are marketing the organization out there, and how we treat one another. They also come around and they watch. But apart from that, if we are not working and relating with each other, having good relationship with one another, if we are hurting people do what? They hurt others. Hurting people hurt others, and they are hurt by others. Watch your life. Unless you allow God to heal you, as long as you allow hurt to be in your life, and you are reacting out of hurt, the more you are, that's the more you will be hurt. And that's the more you will be hurting people. So if you are hurting, tell God to heal you. Yes, if people have hurt you, say, God, heal me. And release people by forgiveness. And move on with your life. Your life is more important than allowing your enemy to put you at a corner like this. Because the only way those who hurt you can keep hurting you is by refusing to let go of the hurt they are hurt. Every day, she said, you are a fool. You are still hearing the voice. She said, you are a fool. You are sleeping. She said, you are a fool. You are eating. She said, you are a fool. So the person has put you permanently under bondage. And if you are that kind of bondage, let the yoke be broken right now.
Amen.
Yeah. In the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Command that yoke broken.
Amen.
Because you must move on with your life.
Amen.
You must fulfill your destiny.
Amen.
Are you understanding me?
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
as we are learning and bonding together at the level of permission. We are permitting each other to lead us. Learn from you and learn from me. We now move on to level 3. Level 3 is production. Level 3 is what?
Production.
And the key word here is what? Results. The key word here is results. At this level, people follow you because of what you have done for the organization. At level 3, the leader gains credibility. At level 3, the leader gains credibility.
Yes.
Credibility. Credibility, yes. You know what credibility means? When something is credible, that means that thing is authentic, is real, is reliable. And you should want to be a credible person. It's like integrity. The foundation of leadership is integrity. The foundation of leadership is integrity. Everything rises and falls on leadership. The only way you will rise without falling is to have integrity in your life. Be real, be genuine. Don't be a hypocrite. Be sincere from your. That's why I say tell yourself the truth. Areas where you have weakness, work on it. Deal with grief, deal with envy, deal with jealousy, deal with pride, deal with arrogance, deal with the things challenging you, deal with things that make you not to be trusted. Now, when at this level now, you are building your credibility, people are watching you, and they are beginning to see that you are somebody that is credible, and you are working now together as a team. Now, at this level, people do not need to hear from the leader. They need to see from the leader. At this level, people do not need to hear from the leader. They need to see. From the leader. Because people see what people do. I like that. God help me. Are you following me? Say,
yes,
God help me.
God help me.
that's my own prayer. I don't know about you. Are you praying the same prayer?
Yes, ma'am.
Because people see what people do. In fact, John Maxwell says leadership is caught more than taught. When your children are within the house, there are many things you say. There are many things, keep it stationary, okay? Because I want to record it and be able to do my assessments. I'm a student, so. Now, please, do you know that you find out that some things you don't like in your children are the weaknesses you have? Parents, yeah, how many parents are you? You are a mother, you are a father. Okay. Have you noticed that some of the things you are very impatient with your children are weaknesses you have, and if you start seeing them playing and you lose your cool instantly, and that's your weakness. We are not humble enough to say my child. Only few parents will say my son, I had this weakness, that's what I want. They will just be reacting frantically in some ways, but it's a reflection of many things you see in people you don't like that puts you off. It's actually your traits. Tell your neighbor, are you sure what you see that is making you angry is not what your problem? Ask your neighbor, are you sure what you see is not your problem? Sometimes that's what is the jara there? What was it that added? Somebody said. Now, let's move on. Now, listen, follow me. Do you know that two people with pride problem, when they beat, they just crash back? They just do what? Headlong approach. One P versus one P. When one P versus one P meet, what will happen? One P versus one P go. He goes and he watch where the two he go to meet. Before you know it, they start doing like this. Ask them what is the quarrel and not they'll just be punching each other. Next time when you meet person, conflict, watch to ask yourself, what is the problem? Is it either you, both of you, or is that you? Because if either of you is not the he goat, you will at least dampen the conflict. But when it is from there, then there are two he goats fighting there. Tell your neighbor, don't be a he goat. Don't be a he goat. In fact, when that battle is on, everybody, even if there is case, there are he goats to the gate. Oh yeah, God help us. Now, so people see what people do. The law of buy-in. People buy into the vision and then they buy into the leader. Transformational leadership comes not from changing the people you lead, but instead comes from changing yourself first. Take note of that. Transformational leadership comes not from changing the people you lead, but instead it comes from changing yourself first. The first person that needs change is myself. And if I keep changing and being better, I might be a positive influence to those around me. Yes. Transformational leadership comes not from changing the people you lead, but instead comes from changing yourself first. That's where transformational leadership comes. In an organization like this, if everybody is changing themselves first, what will happen? Before you know, there is transformation in the organization. True or false?
True.
The same thing is in the society. Transformational leadership begins with be the change you want to see. That's where transformational leadership, it doesn't come from pointing fingers and giving order and writing rules and regulations. It comes from, first of all, we changing, only change one by one. And then it will cut across. And we hope that in an organization like this, we should work as a leadership team, not just one leader, but as a leadership team. That means everybody is practicing leadership and bringing leadership to play at every level. Level 4, people development. So at level 3, production, the relationship we have built has been. We teach what we know, but we produce what we are. We teach what we know, but we produce what we are. What like begets like. So the leadership you have is what you give, and that's what you live out. So are we ready to move on?
Yes.
At level 4. So at level 3, now we are working as, as a team. We have given each other permission. We are working as a team. I'm buying you. I'm bringing ideas. We are cooperating, and as a team, we are functioning. At level 3 is teamwork. We are functioning. At level 3 is production. And you must be mindful of these levels as an organization, so that you don't stop at level 2 or level 1 or level 2. Build friendship and just be enjoying friendship and forget that as an organization, that should be a leadership. You need to move together for production. Now, at level 4 is people development. The key word here is reproduction. If success without a successor is what? It's failure. If you are good, you know something, you just keep it to yourself alone. You don't want others to know about it. That can help, for productivity. You are not doing the organization good. Now, people follow you at this level because of what you have done for them. At this level, you are beginning to mentor people in areas where you know better than them. Are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
You are beginning to mentor people where you are better than. Yes. Now, if you are you look for promotion and you are promoted, and where you've left, nobody can step into it. Is it a good thing? And you are the only one who can do it, and no one else can do it. It's not the right thing. It takes, fear of insecurity is one of the reasons why people are afraid to bring other people up. But it shouldn't be so. No, at level 3 you add. At level 4 you begin to compound. At level 4 you do what? You begin to compound. Now, at level 4 is all about recruiting, positioning, and equipping. You can still Are we following?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, equipping is what we are doing here now, right? We are being equipped. And people are positioning is people where they are more competent to perform. Now, that takes us to the next level. And that is level 5. Level 5 is pinnacle. Level 5 is what? Pinnacle. Another word that John Maxwell uses for it is personhood. Pinnacle or personhood. Now the key word here is respect. The key word at level 5 is respect. At this level, people follow you because you have done it so well with so many people for so long. At this level, people follow you because you have done it so well, with so many people for so long. Take note of that. Well, many people for so long. At this level in politics, you'll be like a Mandela. Pay attention. At this level in the spiritual world, you might be like a Mother Teresa. Bill Graham. You'll be like Bill Graham. You'll be like Kenneth Hagin, and so on and so forth. At this level. At this level in sports, you'll be like what? Maradona, Pele. In the recent times, like Messi and Ronaldo. You understand?
Yes.
They reach the pinnacle. They are not the I'll give the assignment again and we'll see feedback tomorrow. This is not something we claim. In the church, every day we add title bishop, want to then you consecrate you. We go and call people and say, I want to become a bishop. They give you. That's not what is here. This is, you have, because you have done it so well. With so many
People.
for so
Long.
they give you the respect. It's the people that will say, give you the respect. So here we are done. Is there any question before we call it? They'll give us our assignments, the assignment to each group. Assignment, any question? So the important thing is keep doing it well. Do it across as many opportunities you have here.
Sorry, thank you for the lecture. When it comes to
Can you be on your feet?
when it comes to the 5 levels,
Please, can you raise your voice?
okay, sorry. When it comes to the 5 levels of leadership, is it systematic? Does it come one after the other? Or are there situations where a particular level is skipped or someone achieves one, omitting one?
In fact, it comes systematically because if it is leadership, it goes systematically. Are you understand what I'm saying? But if it is management and being a boss, you can jump the other. A boss can come and give order. Let you do this, do that. It's not leading, it just gives you order. But if it's leadership, it gives you position. I get to know you at positional level. But how we interact, how I treat you, or you treat me, it can mean whether you will tomorrow want to call my number, pick my call. If I have a challenge, if I can call you and say, please, you are my friend, this is what, you get my point. That relationship is now building. As a client, how you treat me after the first time we met at positional level will determine whether when I come tomorrow, I can even say good morning, how are you, how is work? Are you understanding? When I don't see that person, I will say, why is the person not around anymore? I can even refer people. Now, I have given you permission. The client has given you permission. You get the point. Now, from there, production, better things are happening. You get the point. And from there, you find there are people you meet. Before you know, they are adding value to your life in terms of knowledge, and they are even building, working as a team. So it goes systematically. Yeah. But the point is that it doesn't have to take long. It can happen fast. The influence thing can be very fast. It doesn't have to like look after 1 year, after 6 months, after 3 days. No. It can be very fast. You can meet people today, and before you know, there is, permission level is already building because of the way you are able to handle your at the positional level. Because there are what is expected. We are forming a platform after this training, and I shall still be throwing more light on this and that platform. So when you get the link, please make sure you join Coach BEULAH follow-up group in WhatsApp. I shall still be talking more about this, like the qualities you need to lead at positional level. The time we have is not enough and all that. Yeah. Any other question, please? Mama, you came late today and you missed some points. Oga and children.
Good morning. Good morning, ma'am. But my question is, you are a leader and you're trying to lead people. And you now discover that there's a particular person that have refused to follow. Even when you try spiritually, physically, the person has refused to change. In that case, what do? Do you ignore the person or just keep trying?
What do you say? We are all adults here. Please, I need contribution. I know I'm talking to professionals here. Most of us have read, have our degrees and all that. So I'm not like teaching ignorant people. Do you understand? And that's why when we teach in organizations, we actually charge higher, because what it takes to add knowledge to a professional is not the same like when you are talking to people at the other level. All right? So I'm talking, this is a professional organizational training. I'm talking to professionals. You are skilled people in your professions. I'm not teaching you your skill. I'm giving you training that can help you to use your skill better. Yes.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Like from what we just learned now, that has to do with lead yourself first. So my answer to that question would be, the person that is trying to lead the other person is not responding, should leave the person and lead his or herself first. So when the other person see the way the person leads herself, then the other person will respond in time.
Can we appreciate him for that contribution? Now, we said, there's a point where we said, transformational leadership comes not from changing the people you lead. This is under level 2. Level 3, I mean. Transformational leadership comes not from changing the people you lead, but instead comes from changing yourself first. So I need more contribution. You want to help us? Yes, sir.
Well, just to answer what he asked. So that's where the organizational mission and objectives comes in. So any particular organization usually have a mission that is used to develop the organizational culture. Culture is what you expect people to do. If a particular person or group falls short of what you expect them to do, two things happen. You call them, tell them what is expected of them, and tell them the consequences of not doing that, or there should be what is called let me call it something that would discourage such attitude. But before then, you can also retrain the group or the person, and retrain them so that they understand what is expected of them, being the objective. So it is where the feedback comes in an organization. If something is not being done right, there's a feedback to the management or the relevant department. Then they will now call the person, address the issue, either by meeting, by retraining, or by particular consequence, usually negative consequence.
So the first is what?
The first should be to find out why you call the group or the patient, the person for a meeting, find out what
I need you here. Please.
There is already a feedback, so you call the person, hear from the person, know what the problem is, then know how you can address it. If it means that you have to retrain, then you retrain. If it means that you have to explain some things more so that the person understands the real objective or mission, depending on what it is.
Did you get the feedback?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So if that one doesn't work, we also now have to do what is called a negative consequence, which means punishment of something or any form, either financial or any other way.
Okay. So if that is if it's in an organization, right?
Yes.
Anywhere. Yeah. Good. Did you get that? So it cannot be business, and in fact, as an organization, this is one of the trainings to help people sit up. And it cannot be business as usual after now. Things will change. Yes.
So based on my question, I was saying that we have different leadership style. If you're trying to lead this person and it seems as if it's not working, you change your leadership style. And as a leader, to try to understand individuals like their character. So what is applicable to this person might not be applicable to this person because we differ. So you try to understand people individually and know the best style and leadership style to implement.
What do you say about that in an organization? Should we be looking for individual style and feeding individual style? Or should people fit into organizational culture?
People fit into organizational culture.
You see, when you can, your personal, you should, any threat you have, and it's in conflict with organizational culture, bows into the organizational culture, right? Yes, because we are not here to, Tony, what is your own style? Madam, what's your own style? What's your own style? Everything we are learning here now are principles that everybody can practice. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
When we looked at the pyramids, we looked at the different levels where people are. And we are encouraged to keep moving up. Don't stay there. Hello?
Hi.
27% rate is a no, is a no place for anybody. 27% range is no place for
anybody.
It's not healthy for the organization where you have a false self-image. You are critical of others. You can't admit your mistake. You can't see other people's ideas. You don't understand others. You doubt people's motive. You are uninterested in others. You work poorly on a team. You are arrogant. You are subjective, self-centered. You are negative, argumentative, inconsiderate, defense, and tense. My lady, how do you lead style? Do you need to lead person in this way? Are you getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
I know about different leadership styles, but that leadership style is to bring you to do what is right. So sometimes, you get my point?
Yes.
Yes. So if you follow a particular leadership, it doesn't work to bring the person. If you try to use a force, it doesn't. You use calm, it doesn't. You use hot, it doesn't. Eventually, God says you are neither hot nor cold. I will do you what? Oh, it's a no-go area. 60% is no place for us in organization. It's not healthy when you have people like 27% in organization. It's not healthy for the organization. People like that in the church, we call them extra grace required persons. Don't be an extra grace. We need grace to relate with people, but you, your own, you be extra grace required person. You are so touchy, so sensitive. You are not healthy for me. The overseas now, I believe God most will agree with me. People, promotion is not based on hard work only. They look at your emotional, how you relate with people. That is the basis of promotion. In fact, there is the number one thing after you show your skills. The next thing they focus on is your EQ, impotent, right? Your emotional intelligence. Your emotional intelligence. And do you have self-awareness? Do you know yourself? Can you manage your mood? Many people just allow their mood to control them. You have bad mood, you bring it to work, you spread it everywhere, like influenza. Yeah, immediately you come, the atmosphere will change. We bind that spirit in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
You just come and pollute the atmosphere. You are critical. You have negative things. People don't tolerate such people, no matter what your skill. It is not tolerated in an organization. Work on yourself. That's why the first person where to begin to lead others is within transformational leadership. Is when we begin to own change individually. 60% level is not where to stop. Move on. Our goal is 3%. Get the point where you want to make a difference. That time you are providing leadership. You don't assume it's practical. And you cannot get 3% until you have been able to. You have self-awareness. You have self-regulation. That's emotional intelligence. You have people's skills. And so on and so forth. You can't manage your emotion. You are behaving like a child. You are a thought behaving. It's children that are selfish. At level 27, you are behaving like a little child. Tell your neighbor, grow up.
Grow up.
Don't be a child forever.
Don't be a child forever.
Grow up.
Grow up.
Just imagine everything is me. Critical of others. Can't admit mistakes. Can't see other people's side. Can't understand others. Doubt people's motive. Uninterested in others. Works poorly on the team. He's not a team player. Arrogant. Subjective, self-centered, negative, argumentative, inconsiderate, defensive, tense. Oh boy, how can
60%.
Then when you get to 60%, has poor self-image, sensitive to real or implied criticism, lacks confidence, doesn't understand self, needs approval of others, slow to learn from mistakes, indecisive, self-conscious, has low energy drive, has poor self-discipline, apathetic in the organization. These are leadership styles in the organization that does not help any organization. And in image, we forbid it. We forbid it in image. In a way we forbid it. Amen. And forbid it in your own life.
Amen.
Because if you are like this in the office, what are you in the house? If you change today, it will show in your family. If you change in the house, nobody's true. If you change in the society, in the church, what are you? In the youth meeting, in the women meeting, what are you? Because this same style is what you are carrying wherever you go. And it's unacceptable. So you must keep moving on. So let me give us any other question as we round up today's own. The assignment, I already gave us one assignment, right?
Yes.
Okay, the second assignment is, at what level are people tempted to remain most? At what level are people tempted to remain most? And you, tempted to remain most? Level 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Number 3 question. How is the levels of leadership laid out in your organization image? This level of leadership, how is it playing out from your own observation? How is it playing out? How is it playing out? Finally, what will you do to move up the ladder? And what are you doing to move up the ladder? To keep moving up the ladder of levels of leadership. Wow. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks for your cooperation. Have a great day. So we are glad you are with us today. Thanks for your time. So we are done.